Welcome to a summer bonus edition of the Northern Business Podcast. I'm Graham Robb of Recognition PR. Before our regular programme resumes its run in autumn, we're giving a few small bonus episodes of the Northern Business Podcast, presented by some of my colleagues at Recognition PR.
Thanks, Graham, and welcome to this Northern Business Podcast bonus episode. I'm joined by David Land, Trustee of the North East STEM Foundation and Chair of Trustees at the South Durham University Technical College. David, thanks for joining me.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. So this week, the government announced a list of new free schools that are going to be open in the next 3 to 4 years. And these included a group of sixth form colleges run by Eton, including one planned for the North, Teesside. David, do you think that this area needs more sixth form provision?
I think it's a real challenge. I'm not sure in terms of the data that's around what do sixth forms actually deliver. And is it pitched at the right time and at the right area? I think it's about industry, what industry needs, and it's about aligning the two. Just putting another one in place doesn't necessarily tick the boxes for me.
Is it going beyond, providing bricks and mortar premises to teach young people to actually know what sort of education they need?
Yeah, it's not just about a building. I mean, a building's easy to put up. It's about how you create that culture within an educational establishment. And I think one of the things that I've learned over the years, it's about creating the right culture. It's about having the right facilities. But I think also more importantly, it's about knowing what your students are wanting to do and how you can help them to achieve their objectives. It's not just about putting something in place. And reading the announcement today, they boast quite strongly about getting students into Cambridge and Oxford. That's not really an objective for the people in the North East. There are a lot of good universities. There's 5 good universities in the North East: Newcastle, Sunderland, Durham, Teesside, and Northumbria. So, it's getting the right horse for the right course, and there's a lot of factors in place. The fact that you've got Eton's name doesn't give a guarantee. There's a lot to do.
And obviously, of those 15 schools and sixth forms that were announced, only 2 were UTCs, University Technical Colleges. Do you think on a list like this, there should be more UTCs?
I think the UTC model is proving to be really strong and beneficial, and I would have liked to have seen a lot more. I know from my own experience sitting on Baker Deering, we would also like to see more. That getting involved at an earlier age is critical. It's about getting their sort of understanding of the students' personalities. Are they a square peg for a square hole? Do they want to get into STEM-based subjects? And in which subject would they like to see a career? Some are analytical, some may be creative, some may be practical, some may be, just wanting to try and explore things. So it's about getting that mix right of what they're. And the UTC does offer a really good, high-quality, career-focused technical education, and it's proven that the number of UTCs that are now Ofsted rated outstanding or good is well above the 85%. So it's proven to be a good model. It's been established for 11 years. We need to build on it, and we need to benefit from that growth.
You mentioned the Baker Deering Trust just then. It might be worth just explaining what that is and how that fits in what a UTC offers and how they are. We talked about how beneficial they are to young people in terms of the type of career type learning they can do. But obviously, how does that benefit employers as well?
I think, UTCs have been an establishment of Lord Baker, the former Education Secretary and now cross-party peer. Baker Deering's been established for 11 years, and a UTC can only be brought into operation through the Baker Deering Trust. It's the role model, it's the guide, it's the sort of the people that will help you get the right level of education. And how that helps the student, it's really important, because what we've seen over the last 11 years that UTCs have been in place is that students come in all shapes and sizes. They've got all different personality types. Some are academically strong, some are not academically strong, but they have a good aptitude for doing things. And that technical-based learning that they get, that problem-based learning that they get whilst they're in the UTC, that culture that they get that is different. It's about caring and looking for each student, because the outputs from a UTC isn't necessarily the academic ones. It's about being career and life ready and getting the student into the right career for them, whether that be as a designer, whether that be as an engineer who welds plates, whether that's about being a production controller, a sales guy, a marketing person. It's learning what the individual is and help mold them into the right career. And UTCs have the advantage that the UTC South Durham has 150 plus businesses engaged. That's a range of larger companies, multinationals, and a high number of SMEs who are all taking students on board. And for the first time in many a year, a lot of those SMEs are taking them on as apprentices. And that's helping both the company and the student get what we need.
And businesses, they can have if influence is the right word, but they can get involved in how the education's delivered?
The board of trustees at UTC South Durham is business based. It's not academically strong. It's got the right level of representation to make sure that we tick the right academic boxes and do what the DFE need. But more importantly, it's about that alignment to industry and what industry needs and how industry can influence the curriculum. And that happens within a UTC.
Okay, so we know the North East STEM Foundation obviously is promoting STEM careers and STEM training, but you also are campaigning for a UTC on Teesside. So what sort of level of support have you had from businesses, and how can others get involved?
I think based on the success that we've seen with UTC South Durham and the growth that's in and around Teesside, we've been keen to try and get another UTC in Teesside for two reasons. One, we know it's a way of helping the younger people, the students of Teesside, help them drive their career aspirations. Two, it's a way of businesses to get engaged with education and make sure that the students that are coming out are right. So we've been pushing and promoting. We've got a lot of traction now from high up within the local authorities, certainly from the mayor. We've met with the mayor a couple of times, and he's now becoming a supporter of UTCs. We've got some of the major industries in there, and there's a whole range of them that are now signing up. And we're starting to now get a lot of smaller SMEs engaged again. So UTC is becoming part of the Teesside sort of vocabulary, and hopefully we'll get some success in that in the next year or two.
Brilliant. David, thanks very much. So this has been a summer bonus episode of Northern Business Podcast. Look out for more summer shorts, I suppose, soon, and we'll have some full episodes of Northern Business Podcast, which you can get from your chosen podcast platforms, which returns next month.